Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you again this week from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Specifically, we are atop the pagoda at IMS, certainly one of the most recognizable landmarks here. This week we continue our month-long Business at the Brickyard series, a look at the impact of motorsports on the Indiana economy. And we are now just 1 week away from the 108th running of the Indianapolis 500, and there are a number of positive signs heading into this year's race, notably ticket sales now trending ahead of last year, which at 330,000 was the largest crowd since the 350,000 that attended the 100th running in 2016. What does it mean for this year's race? For some answers, pleased to be joined by IndyCar CEO Mark Miles, also the CEO of Penske Entertainment. Mark, as always, the sun is shining, the month of May is here, and demand continues to head north for the Indianapolis 500.
We're like 16,000 seats more than we've sold last year on this day, so it's really good, and it keeps getting better.
As you near, continue to sell tickets, everybody talks about lifting the blackout, and what prospect or possibility, there any possibility, any discussions of that?
Well, I think it's the thing, we'll know it when we see it, right? We just keep selling and we see how, where we end up. I'm sure it's conceivable. It's not a gimme putt, but there's really good seats available, and we hope that people will keep making plans to come out, and then we'll see where we are just prior to the race.
When you talk about television, certainly you're in the midst of negotiating a new television contract, very important piece of business for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the IndyCar Series. A lot of talk about Fox and NBC, which has the current contract, being finalists. Where do things stand? How soon might we see a deal?
Yeah, we're getting close. We've been working at it now for months. NBC's been a great partner and helped us grow our viewership over the last 6 years that they have been our primary partner. And they're not alone in the hunt. So I think we're going to know kind of which way we're going to go in the next couple weeks, and then we'll probably have to get it papered, and then we'll be able to talk about it publicly. But I can just say this, we're really delighted by the interest and sure that we will end up making arrangements that are even stronger for IndyCar.
From a corporate sponsorship standpoint, something of the lifeblood of motors, any professional sport, how would you assess the interest, the demand of a corporate sponsorship standpoint?
Well, we've added about 30% more sponsorship in the last 3 years, 40% if you look at revenue, and that's for the series. The teams, one indication of their health is that more and more team owners want to come race IndyCars. So we could have 29 cars trying to be on the grid next year, which is more than we can accommodate in terms of engines and space in the pits and some of that. So really, it's really strong demand, and I think it's indicative of the fact that the underlying metrics are strong.
At Penske Entertainment, you're looking at other opportunities, outside of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, other development, other projects that tend to be rumored about from time to time.
Yeah, well, here in Indianapolis, at some point, we have some properties that probably have useful for the community and for us development potential. Just south across the street, where the old strip mall is, where IndyCar's offices and our production company is headquartered. Someday those 50-ish acres have a higher, better use, which may include our new offices, but certainly could be mixed use and commercial. And I think we've wanted to tend to our knitting right now and work on the fundamentals of our business. And then, we'll talk to major developers and we'll learn what they think is the right timing. We don't want to get ahead of the transition from here on West 16th Street to Indiana Avenue and all that's going on at the east end of 16th Street with 16 Tech and IU Health. So there's a lot of space to fill in, but the time will come when we'll be an important part of that.
Yep. Mark Miles, Penske Entertainment CEO, thanks for joining us. Well, coming up, we get you caught up on news from around Indiana, including a major milestone in Northwest Indiana. A transformational project that has been talked about for decades is becoming reality. Details and reaction to completion of the South Shore double track project when we return.